Ill Sound Radio, we back in the building. We got our guest in here now, Johni Demeatri.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome for coming. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it.
How was your New Year's Eve?
Man, drunk. I was a little tipsy. I was just, kind of with friends and family though, but still drunk nonetheless.
Yeah. All right, so let's rewind real quick to 2020.
Oh, my little headphone. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
All right, 2020 was a decent year for you.
Yeah,
you had a lot of songs on the radio.
It was. I did. Shout out to Shy Blizz and that girl Olivia. They always show mad love. Just to me and the people that I'm working with. Shout out to them. Yeah, without them, I wouldn't have done any of it. For real, they show major support.
Did you go into 2020 with any of those goals? Man, I want to hear my songs on the radio. I got to go super hard.
Well, I was already working with them before. This wasn't my first time being on Power 92 or anything like that. They been showing love, but it seems like in 2020 it just triple, double, it just just back to back to back to back. So right. Yeah, shout out to them for that.
Now, I know you as the queen of ghetto gospel.
Yes.
Now, let our public know what exactly is ghetto gospel.
Well, deeply rooted, I'm just a church girl. And for some odd reason, I just can't escape that in R&B land, you know. So I just choose to embrace it, and that's how everybody see me. Whenever I'm asked to be on a song, it's oh, can you give me some of that gospel? Give me a gospel feel. So it's what the hell, Oh, can I cuss?
Yeah, you good. Just so you feel me, you can't just overdo it.
Right. Just one or two.
So with the queen of ghetto gospel, that's something that started out as a child.
That actually is something that I kind of just adopted. I want to say 2019 or early 2020 or something like that. But just singing in church, absolutely.
Now, have you ever was hey, I want to make gospel music?
My mom honestly just thinks I should be a gospel singer. Just flat out gospel. You should do gospel. Me, would I on some, Fantasia, Kelly Price, absolutely, because that's my roots. Right. It'd be stupid for me not to, but do I just want to be all the way gospel now?
So you could actually see yourself doing a gospel album?
Oh, yeah, I'll tear it up. For real, from the heart, yeah.
Hey, 2021, you feel me?
Yeah.
There might be something you need to go ahead.
Most definitely.
Or mix the two.
Most definitely. I could see that, and I've worked on some gospel songs. Never really completed any, but I've started some really good gospel songs, so it might be something that I put into play if I get some artists, who I think could bring it out a lot, yeah.
If if you go into that route, do you feel like you would have the backings for it? Do you feel like the people you met through church and everything, would they be a great support for that for you?
Absolutely. I think they are a great support now. A lot of the church that I come from, I'm really a family member, family member of the church, so all of us, it's a pretty big church, but we all are kind of still closely knit, so we support each other. So they support me in my R&B music. But if I was to do some gospel, I know that
you should go ahead and get into it for
right.
That. Yeah, I love it.
Now, how has Chicago, taking your music in? What's been the reaction in the streets of Chicago?
This is a tough question because I feel like Chicago shows me love. They embrace me a lot, but a lot of people would say, oh, well, man, no, you supposed to be up here and There's so many people that ain't got this type of talent that's doing this, they fake and they phony. And I can see it, but a lot of the time those people who are above people like me are people who've been grinding for years and years and years. I've been doing this by myself since 2016, 2017. So to have multiple songs on major Chicago radio right now, and you only been doing it for a couple of years by yourself. You a young 20-something from the West Side. You know, it's like, I think I'm received well, you know, in the big old Chicago, you know. So I don't know. I'm kind of back and forth with it. Like, I love Chicago. I feel like Chicago is good to me, but if it gets better, show me, you know.
I heard that.
If it, pretty much.
All right, now, only being in it such a short time, like, what are some of the pitfalls you've had to overcome?
I would say a lot of time is being in a really male-dominated society, to where it's like you're almost not taken seriously sometimes without male representation, unless you're a bitch. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, if I choose to be this, it's like nobody would work with me. Nobody would want to work with me. And then it's like I'm too open. Everybody is trying to do me, you know? Right. So it's like that back and forth, you know, it can be it can toy with me a bit because I'm a person of worth, clearly, you know what I mean? So it's like just dealing with people like that will try you like that. It can sometimes, you know, be irritating, but that's probably it for me. You know, like when it comes to the grind, you know, like I know that we have to work for things, right, you know, as artists. So a lot of it is a real challenge that can become a struggle at times, but I don't know. I'm enjoying it. The only thing that I don't like is just dealing with people like that can, you know, just challenge you off the strength of, oh, okay, well, this a girl, you know, in a dog world, like, you know, it's like, come here.
Do you feel like that dominant, like you said, that dominance of male society, does it keep you out of like certain spaces, like for your own good? Like, all right, this how they moving over here. I don't want to kind of mix myself with that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I won't say like it's all bad, you know, because I'm in a room full of male, you know, now, you know, so it's like I'm not having a bad experience with you guys. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to make it seem like, oh, I'm man bashing, you know, but
I feel you.
Just personally, just dealing with the pitfalls that I've experienced, it's like, yeah, you know, and sometimes when you know that, it's like, no, I'm not about to mess with them.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
I'm going to just go ahead and go where I can go, you know, and do my own thing. Yeah, most definitely.
Now, I know the difficulties of being a black man. You feel me? I don't know the difficulties of necessarily being a black woman. You feel me? I seen my mother come up in the struggle she had to face. But how difficult is it being a black woman in today's society?
I feel like it's picking up, I won't lie, but a lot of the difficulty that I see sometimes, and it's so bad to say, but what I've been seeing just a lot in my eyes is the black man. You know, and it's like everything that you see, you know, and it could be the same, you know, vice versa, but everything that you see could be something to where it's like, okay, well, no, you're not good enough, or like you need to be thick and you ain't thick, or you stank, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it could just things like that, and it's like, man, where is the value? Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, okay, well, I want her. I don't need mess with Puerto Ricans. I don't need, you know, and shout out, you know, I'm all for love. Love is love. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, why would you have to demean me in order to show that she has value in your life? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that bothers me. You know what I mean? Black women can also be a big problem to black women because we can grow bitter because of that, you know, and instead of accepting the fact like, okay, well, maybe this man just has issues of his own, you know, identity issues to clearly hate who he comes from, right, you know, because a black woman carried him. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, we don't want to accept that. So it's like, okay, well, we gonna grow bitter and I'm gonna just hate you. I'm gonna do all types of things to you, going through your phone, you know, busting out your car window, you know what I'm saying? Just doing all types of things like that. So it's a in-house problem that we have with each other, you know, and it could really weigh on the both of us. As a black man, it would be harder for you to do better, you know, when your problem is a black woman. Yeah. You know, and it same thing. It'll be much harder for me to do better when my problem is a black man, you know?
Yeah. Now, some flaws that I see in myself, because I was observing a conversation like that on Clubhouse, and it was.
Can you invite me to Clubhouse? Somebody I ain't got no. Okay, thank you.
And it was a room of black women with black men, and they was telling black men the problems that they have with black men, you know, and a lot of it came down to support and abuse in multiple, you know, areas.
Yes.
Now, me being a man sitting back listening to that, in my head I immediately want to say, hey, well, y'all need to do this, y'all need to do that. And I think that's a flaw that a lot of us have. Instead of actually listening to the problem and remedying the problem, we add to the problem by saying, oh, well, you can do this, you could do that, instead of looking at myself and saying, Jay, you need to be better. You feel me?
Oh my God. And I just kind of went through, you know, a situation like that, to where you could address the problem. You can bring the problem just to the forefront of the situation. And instead of like we both finding the solution to the problem, it's like, no, you need to do this. Right. This your problem. This, and this. It's like, okay, if I'm doing all of this, what you doing? You know, and like a person will break you in order to keep from bending. You know what I'm saying? And that hurts a black, like you breaking me, you know, when we can both bend for each other now, but you would break me in order to keep from bending. And it's like, damn, you know, it's like, that's what we have to go through with each other. And it's like the black race, the black man does it to the black man. The black woman does it to the black woman, you know, so we really have an in-house problem that we need to address.
Facts. Now, you submitted one record. Well, you submitted 3. We're going to get into all 3, but now, let's talk about Energy, produced by Johni Demeatri.
Yes, this is my leading single that I'm pushing right now. I dropped it I want to say fall of 2020. It's like a house record, first record that I recorded with Johni Demeatri. Shout out to him for the beat. Let's get into it. I hope y'all like it. Let's see.
All right, Energy by Johni Demeatri right now. Ill Sound Radio, we are back in the building.
Yo.
With our special guest, Johni Demeatri.
Hey, y'all.
So are there any New Year's resolutions that you have?
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it simple and cliche and get my eating habits back together. I think I got a little big bone dick, so I want to kind of probably knock about 10, 15 pounds off.
I wish I could knock 10, 15 pounds off.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I done packed on a few.
Yeah, I just got to, you know what? It's really just about just eating right. You know, for some reason, it's hard for me to eat right. You feel me? I could pull up to a McDonald's easily, even though I don't eat fast food like that. When I'm in the crib, I'm always eating like some little bullshit.
Right.
Some chips, some unnecessary things. So what I told myself, literally after I leave here, I'm going to the store and buying me like $50 worth of fruit. Yeah. And I'm going to try my best to keep this going.
I got a pretty good diet. I think I just been eating a lot more, like eating heavier, you know, like smoking and, you know, just being in quarantine type stuff, you know, 2020 stuff. So I think, I don't know. I think I'm still good, though, to have went through a whole year without really doing much labor or, you know, just really reducing life, you know, and only put on about 10 pounds, but I kind of feel it. So I want to knock it all off. And, you know, other than that, I'm good on the resolution.
What are some things you would say you learned from the pandemic?
Keep going, no matter what. Like life keeps going, you know, no matter how they try to stop life or, you know, like you can never stop time.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to keep going. It's like no matter how sick, no matter how deathly, no matter how dangerous, no matter what, like you just have to keep doing what you're doing because time never stops. So if you stop, it's just like you wasting time.
Man, we was just talking about time.
Literally said that same thing. For real. We all on the same page with that though.
Yeah, you know? Most definitely.
So you say when we was on break, your song Energy played, and you say that's like some house influence music.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in a household with heavy on the house music, and that brought you to that track? How did that come about?
Nah, I kind of grew up on Dusties.
On Dusty
on hardcore Dusties. But I think the house influence is just like kind of Chicago stuff, and just being out, grown in the club, when you out in the club and stuff, and just knowing that that's what get the city hype. The city like loves house music, and it kind of make you adapt to it a little bit. So I actually got the beat from Ejilla. We were in a session, and he kind of made it from scratch. And I kind of like freestyled. It was like the song is pretty much a freestyle. You know what I mean? And it became like one of our greatest songs together. Yeah,
that's very dope with the instrumental. For me, from what I've been tuning in between the interview and the songs, it sounds like you got a lot of variety to bounce around with. You got you can possibly jump into gospel. You got some house music in you. You got some R&B. Do you feel like your versatility, we only seen the beginning of it? How do you feel about like your range, what you can hit?
I definitely want that to be, the case, and really being able to broaden my horizon and keep going. I have my thing is I have a heavier type voice, so people are always going to put you in a heavy, kind of category. But I want to challenge myself to lighten it up a bit and go pop, or just be able to do some electronic. I feel like I can do some electronic stuff now because I have, but just like real deal electronic, and just challenging my own gift, and it's like, okay, well, we know you can do this and we know you can make it as this, but what if your chance comes from here, so grab it, do all that you can do. And I feel like I can definitely write those type of songs with energy. Energy could clearly be an electronic, type. If you change the beat, it can go on that. So I feel like I can definitely pin it, but delivering that much lighter sound is that's where I want to take it.
I heard you. I like what I'm hearing from you though, as far as your variety. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where you can take it for real.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Now, working with Ejilla Beats and having that in-house producer, how has that changed your sound, or has that made it easier for you to work?
I would say that I don't think it's changed my sound any. I think it definitely complemented, a sound that I've already adopted. I think that's like vice versa, with the both of us. I think we complement each other well musically. And just being able to just have beats, that like he wants to work on and I want to work on as well. And just both of us, just kind of putting that energy into it. It's always like dynamic, like great music, working with him for real.
Are you working on a project?
I've been so all over the place because I've been trying to do a lot of writing on the side, like not only writing for myself, but of course writing for other artists. I've been doing a lot of features. Of course, here and there putting out a single, but as far as like dedicating my time to a project, man, I'm gonna find the time to do it in 2021, but it's like I just gotta find the time to do it.
All right, now you say you've been writing for other artists. Like, would you, like, if somebody came to you right now and they said they wanted you to be a ghostwriter, but you had to slow down on being in the spotlight, would you do it?
Mm-hmm. No hesitation. Yeah, I would. Just because it's like you never know when it's your time to learn, and sometimes it is your time to take a step back, and if it's presented like that, you put it on the table and it's worth my while. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna pay you this, I'm gonna put you in a room with them. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go make them connections, because when it's time for me to be in the spotlight, I already be connected with them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would look at that in the wrong light.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't see everything as a learning opportunity.
Yeah.
Like how you just broke it down, like, man, I'm gonna be in a room with these people, I could build connections on the low, you feel me, while also still improving myself. I feel like a lot of people just want to just jump from A to Z, you feel me, and they don't want to go through them other letters that's in between.
Yeah, and then sometimes that's how you really get in your own way, to where it's like, okay, you just want to be the star so bad. And it's like, everybody gonna have their time to shine, but sometimes you ain't even bright enough yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. You need to get some more brightness from these other stars. So it's like, chill, you gonna shine, but you ain't bright enough just yet, you know? So if I'm not bright enough and somebody come around that's brighter and with an opportunity, yeah, for real.
Now, what can the people look for from you for 2021?
A lot of writing, a lot of features, you know what I mean? I've been really, really trying to break into different fan bases, you know. So if I'm not just doing something hardcore R&B or ghetto gospel, it's like I definitely do a trap feature, you know, to where I'm knocking heads over, you know what I'm saying? It's like the gospel is the gospel, but it's ghetto, so we could get a little ghetto, you know what I mean?
Talk to him.
So it's like I'm doing a lot of that. So I'm definitely make time for this project, and I can honestly put songs together right now and have a project, honestly, and that'll just be something to put out. And I know to be good music, but I want to do a project from my heart. So where it's like, okay, I put this together, not just something I threw together for the people, but something that I do for the people. So I'm going to do that. But yeah, just definitely I'm on my businesswoman stuff now. You know, I'm very less emotional in 2021. It's like, okay, I'm trying to get in the door. What's up? You know, so in a positive way. And in a uplifting way, you know, an empowering way. It's like I ain't got to take my panties off or nothing like that. It's like, you know, if I take my panties off, I wanted to. You know what I mean? It's not okay, well, I'm gonna just do this to see if, you know, if I give them a little booty, you know, like nah, none of that. I'm worth more. So it's like that's what I'm stepping into in 2021.
All right, now you say you were heavily influenced by the Dusties. Like, who are some of the legends that you look to for inspiration or have motivated you in the past?
Gotta give it up to Aretha. I actually have an Aretha Franklin tattoo.
Aretha, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So rest up, Queen. You know, definitely her. Gotta respect Patty. Although I am diehard Aretha, gotta give it to Patty too. People like the OJs, Curtis Mayfield, Donny Hathaway, like Anita Baker. The list just goes on. Sade, like just everybody.
Yeah. If you could feature with one of them people, like who would you make a song with?
Aretha. Hands down. Like Anita Baker too, don't get me wrong. I think, man, I might still have a shot to get with Anita. I know she retired and stuff, but you know, we gonna pray to God that I can get with her. Yeah. You know, but yeah, definitely.
All right, now the second joint you submitted was Dance Floor.
Yeah.
I explained that record and how it came to fruition.
It was actually just like some cool words that I had in my head, and I had sang it to somebody, and I was doing interludes real heavy. I was working on a project then. I was doing interludes real heavy, and I was like, I don't know if I want to keep this little part as an interlude or, you know, like make it into a full song. And they were like, no, you should just keep it like that. And I don't know, for some reason that made me feel some kind of way, you know. So I completed the song just to, like, you know, do my little stuff right, you know. And yeah, it just came out to be like a real dope song, you know.
Ill Sound Radio, we are back in the building.
Yo. Before we check up out of here though, I want to ask, because I just followed you on IG and I seen your name is Poetic Luscious. You do poetry too?
No.
No.
People always just, you know, kind of say I'm a poetic person, you know, and I get that a lot, like the Maya Angelou, you know, my friends. And when I was in high school, they used to call me the Luscious, like give me the Luscious, Gina, you know, like Martin. So I just been rocking with that.
So you just put the two together. But do you feel like you have a poetic touch to your style, anything? Or?
Definitely.
So would you ever like get into it, look into it more?
I mean, I've written poems before, but like, do I just flat out do poetry? Like, nah. But yeah, I'll write a poem.
Oh yeah, I can respect that.
I'll write a poem.
So,
sure.
If you had another young woman coming up in your position as a music artist or anything, what advice would you give her?
Believe in yourself. Know your worth. And just because you know your worth, don't ever think you're worth more than anybody else. Mm-hmm. You know, invest in yourself and keep going. You know, just know that you're going to be tried, you're going to be challenged, you're going to struggle, all of that. it's up to you to keep going. If you ever want to see it through and just make something of yourself, keep going.
Heard that. And one more question for me: if you had to show people in one action who Johni Demeatri truly is, how would you do that?
Sing.
Heard that. Heard that. Sing right on the spot to him.
Yeah, sing.
Heard.
Yeah.
So you can you feel like you can come right on the spot like with anything, because like with that, like I would think like of something like acapella, like a audition type. How would you bring it out?
I don't know, depending on how they approach me about it, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do what I know I can do. Because
sometimes when that's put on the spot, you know, sometimes you get a little nervous, but I feel like you would just jump right into it the way you said it. But yeah, it sounds very passionate.
Yeah, I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now before we get out of here, let everybody know how they can stay in tune with you, how they can get in touch with you, where they can find you at.
Yes, you can find me at Poetic Luscious. We just talked about that. Poetic Luscious on everything. I'm about to get on Clubhouse, so please be patient with me. I'm going to have some Clubhouse information, but Poetic Luscious on Insta, on Twitter, on Snapchat. And it's not that hard. Just sound it out, y'all. Y'all can spell Poetic Luscious. My name is Johni Demeatri on Facebook, so go ahead and follow me on that. And, of course, my name is Johni Demeatri, so you'll be able to find me on all music platforms, all that good stuff.
All right, Jimmy, talk to the people real quick.
Real quick, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to Ill Sound Radio. First episode of the year wrapped up with Johni Demeatri. Appreciate you for coming out.
Oh my God, this is the first.
You kicked off 2021 right with us.
Yeah.
See how it worked out?
Shoes.
Yeah, shout out to you for real. You definitely gave us a great interview.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting you and everything. So yeah, follow Ill Sound Radio, man. Stay in tune. Picks of the week. Go download the Illanoize app. Shout out to each and everybody who played a part in helping us reach 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. We filled with content, so, man, tap into all the content on Illanoize. Man, there's big things coming this year, man. We got a whole year to map things out, so be patient with us and follow closely.
Yeah.
Facts, man. Everything Jimmy said, I double down on that. You feel me? Follow me on everything J Think Ill, and before we get out of here, we got everything. So explain that record, shout that record out, and say peace to the people.
Yo, so everything really just came from my heart. I went through a big challenge getting this beat prepared, but it turned into like a real grown and sexy song. It was not supposed to sound like this, but it turned into a real grown and sexy song. And yeah, shout out to Dan for helping me out with it. A cold white boy, helped me out with this beat. So shout out to Dan, and yeah, y'all tune in.
For sure.
Everything.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Peace to the people.
Peace out.